As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
Well, I thought about going with Kawhi Leonard because it looks like he's going to turn down the $36 million option and become a free agent. Now, maybe he re-signs with the Clippers. That's what some people have said that he's expected to do. But when you turn down $36 million of guaranteed money, that means there's some really, really, really good things ahead of you. And be able to sign another max deal, extend that out if he wants to. He's got a lot of options on the table, and he's going to make a ton of cash coming up. What do you think, he's going to stay with the Clippers?
So I was very confused when he opted out because if he opts in, he can actually make more money from the Clippers. And I saw Bobby Marks put something out there. He said the smart play has always been for Kawhi to opt in to his $36 million contract and then sign a 4-year, $185.5 million extension that would start in 2022. Although Leonard would lose $3.3 million in 21, he would be awarded with a $50.2 million salary in the last year. Because Kawhi has been with the Clippers for only 2 years, he doesn't have full bird rights. The early bird rule would restrict Leonard to a 4-year, $176.2 million contract if he declines the option. So if he would have opted in, he would have locked in himself for $217 million over 5 years. Since he didn't do that, he is going to make 176 over 4. I'm not very good at math, but one of those numbers is bigger than the other.
Well, yeah, I guess it all comes down to what
Which
is that
it's a
fifth
great
year going to be
reminder
worth?
that none of us have any clue how the NBA salary cap or those contracts
Right.
work. I was like, because I was the same as you. I was like, oh, he opted out. Of course he did. He's going to get a boatload of money. And Bobby Marks, the kind of the cat nerd, was like, wait a second, this is weird.
Well, here's the thing though. It's not that the big difference is what is that fifth year worth? 5 years down the road, who knows what he's going to be able to sign for as an unrestricted free
But
agent.
but the problem with him is he keeps getting hurt, Ted.
No, it's true. Yeah, it's true. There's no doubt. I guess the availability to maybe move or look at a different place has to be worth something as well. But who knows what the landscape of the NBA looks like 4 or 5 years from now? You may look back and say, "Gosh, revenue's gone down. He could have locked himself into this huge deal. What a mistake!" Or could say that the players continue to get a bigger share, revenue's gone up, and because of that, that fifth year is going to be worth way more. So it was smart that he didn't lock himself into it. I don't know.
I I don't think he's going to sign a 4-year deal. I think he's going to do what we all thought Durant was going to do.
Keep signing the 1 year stuff.
The one, remember when we all were talking about Durant re-signing with the Thunder before he left for Golden State, right? We're
Hmm.
all talking about, hey, he's going to sign a 1-1 to get himself to, what was it, like the 10 years of service or whatever. And then I saw the number for Kawhi. He could do a 1-1, become a free agent in 2022, where he then could sign a 5-year max that has like that escalator in it for 235 million.
Whew. Yeah.
So, because it wouldn't make any sense for him to sign a 4-year deal now at all. Like, just
Right.
looking at the numbers. So it's got to be the 1-1 and then going for that, the big 5-year. Because remember that, I don't
That's
remember
good
the
because
rule
you
exactly,
you
but
get
that
a
10
ton of
year
money.
like kicks in.
Yeah. You get a ton of money and you still have some maneuverability and you're not locked in. But he wasn't my winner. It's hard to go from talking those numbers to my winner, who is Spencer Rattler, who I saw him doing his first signing. Saw him up there with Emmett Smith, and the man's officially getting paid for stuff. And I know he's already announced some of his different things, but uh, did a signing, probably came home with a boatload of cash. So good for Spencer Rattler.
And we could probably just ask him. He'd probably tell us, right? We just ask him, like, hey, what I mean, if it's you and Emmitt Smith, I assume Emmitt's getting more,
Yeah.
But wasn't it like Chicago?
It was in Chicago, and I think they were charging like $100 for an autograph and like $100 for a picture or something like that. Maybe it's 150. It's 150 for an autograph, 150 for a picture. So I think the way those things usually work is they just pay him a flat fee, and he goes up there, and if 1,000 people sign up, he signs for his allotted amount of time, and whoever puts on the event gets that money, but they still pay him his flat fee. If no one shows up, he still gets that flat fee. I think that's usually how that works, but that may not have been what happened there. But if you're doing one with Emmitt, there's going to be some people there, and he's probably going to get some decent cash for that. So good for him. Good for him.
Got some spending money. Good for him. That, man, I wonder what he's going to do with it. But gross stock mutual funds, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably got money. He's got all that stuff lined up. Yeah, that's awesome. You want you want the starting quarterback for the Sooners making a lot of cash. That's good. That's good for the program, in my opinion. So nice.
I know what I would have done with it, and it would not have been good.
Pitchers at Brothers on a Thursday night.
Yes. Yep. That's probably exactly right. That's funny.
All right. Who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
I thought about going with Evander Kane. Oh my God.
Dude. Betting on allegedly. Betting on games?
And throwing them? Woo.
You talk about an allegation now. I saw that and I was like, wait, what?
Careful getting a divorce from someone that knows all of your secrets, right? Dang, she just threw it out. Evander Kane going through a divorce with his wife, and she threw it out on her Instagram, like directly going to the NHL commissioner. How can the NHL let one of their players bet on their own games and win money off of it, throw games for cash? I mean, straight hammered him. And then everyone's like, whoa, start looking into his history. And he's been into it legally with some casinos and stuff. So all an allegation, but that doesn't seem like something that she would just make up out of the blue. Could be wrong though.
Yeah. Hey, innocent until proven guilty, but whew.
Ouch.
Yikes.
That's going to leave a mark if they start snooping around and find out any of that happened.
I guess his only defense, and I saw his statement he put out. He note-staffed it. That's how you know it was serious. he note-staffed it. But he did point out that he did have like his most consistent and like one of his statistically best seasons recently. So I don't know. I don't watch a ton of NHL until the playoffs, so I don't watch a lot of the Sharks. Roasted.
Yeah. I thought about that, and he definitely would qualify, but Buffalo Bills maybe moving to Austin, Texas, amongst other cities out there. The apparently ownership, they are under contract through the 2023 season there, and are asking for a $1.5 billion deal to build a new stadium. The state of New York's going to have to figure out a way to come up with some funding to build a new stadium. It's basically an ultimatum thrown out there by Buffalo, and there's talks of some other cities, Portland, Austin, small
Portland.
group of
right.
That doesn't seem good, but they've thrown it out there. So I don't know, man. Look out, Bills Mafia. You take away, that's all they have up there. That's it. You take away their NFL franchise, and they are not going to be happy.
We have both lived there.
Whenever
Ted.
they get good.
We have both lived there. There is no way in hell the Buffalo Bills are leaving Buffalo. I would be shocked. I can't, you're right. I cannot imagine that town without that team. The Sabres are awful too. So it's like, there's no way that team gives a lot of people in that city purpose. The NFL needs some of those teams, right? You're not going to get something similar to the Bills Mafia in Austin. You're just not.
I'll tell you what's funny. Of all of the teams ever in the NFL, like there's been some teams that have moved, right? The Rams have moved, the Raiders have moved, the Cardinals have moved.
You're just reminding me. Have you ever seen basketball?
God, it's been forever.
There's that scene where they talk about the pro teams moving to different cities, and he's like, and the St. Louis Jazz moved to Utah where they don't allow music. Well, so good.
Here's the thing, like of all the franchises that have moved and kept their name, it all just kind of ends up making sense. The Austin Bills really does not make any sense at all. It only makes sense in Buffalo. So I don't know. You're probably right. I wouldn't think that the government there would allow that franchise to head out of town, but guess you never know. Other governments have messed around long enough to watch a team leave. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that would suck. Okay, for my winner of the weekend, thought about going with Esteban Ocon. Ted, does that name mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. We got to get you into Formula One. You got to watch more of the show. He gets his first Formula One win at the Hungarian Grand Prix. And so I've been saying Alpine, like that's the sponsor, or like the car. It's like Alpine Renault.
Yeah.
Turns out I think it is Alpine after hearing more people that actually follow the sport. So I've just been saying it wrong, which is, hey, I'm new to this. It's fine. I'm learning, baby. I'm learning. But dude, this is one thing I've learned in my short Formula One fandom. Wet track, chaos. I mean, absolute chaos. Start of the race, wet track. People running into each other. Bottas just drilling both Red Bulls like he did it on purpose. It was madness, but Ocon owes a lot to his Alpine teammate Fernando Alonso for refusing to let Lewis Hamilton pass for what seemed like forever. So Ted, I didn't know what they called it, but car in front of the other, and the guy that was in front of him, best Formula One driver in the history of the sports behind him, got the best car, Mercedes, name's Lewis Hamilton. You've probably heard of him, but I mean, Fernando Alonso is in front of him, and his teammate is in first place. He's in fourth, and he is just blocking Hamilton all over the track for like multiple laps. And I was going to tweet and make like a man, Fernando Alonso, basically the 85 Bears with this defense. But I didn't know if that's what you called it. I was like, what do you call this? Is it like blocking? Do they call it blocking? Should I make an offensive line joke? I was trying to make a football related Formula One joke, and I didn't know enough about it. But so I tweeted and asked. I was like, okay, what do you call this? What's he doing? And it's defending or defense. So the joke would have landed. Like two people that follow me on Twitter would have gotten it, but I should have trusted my gut. Damn it.
You should have made a video asking and saying, what's this guy for Alpine Renault doing blocking?
So I knew you say it Renault because of the show. Alpine hasn't showed up in the show yet. That's going to be in the new season. That's
great.
Damn it. Such a noob. It's okay.
Awesome.
At least I know I am. I will say Alonso playing defense in front of Hamilton, not letting him by. Maybe the most entertaining thing that I've watched so far in my short F1 fandom. But it was pretty cool, dude.
I like that you're getting into this. I'm going to have to
Sunday morning. What else are you doing?
You want the list?
That's a good point.
But I need. So where are you watching it?
It's on ESPN.
Okay.
Like it's a big, like you wake
All
up
right.
in the morning, it's on ESPN. Boom.
I
First
need
thing
to
Sunday
start
morning.
doing that. That'll be good.
And it's kind of like you don't have to pay that close of attention. One thing that you'll love about it, I love when you can just tell how much announcers love their sport. Dude, the Formula One guy, I don't know his name. I know his voice. I don't know his name. This dude brings it every single race, bro. I mean, no lulls. He is pedal to the metal excitement the entire time. It is exhilarating, bro.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Ah, makes my day. All right, but my winner of the weekend, Suni Lee. And I think I'm saying that right? That's how everyone's saying it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because she wins bronze in the uneven bars. She wins silver as part of the USA in the team competition, but she wins gold for the red, white, and blue in the all around. And yeah, we all know that if Simone Biles would have been in the right headspace, that Suni Lee wouldn't have won. We know that. But Simone Biles wasn't in it, and she capitalized in the moment, man. I mean, and it was awesome seeing her perform. It was awesome seeing her family's reaction. It was just really cool. And winning a gold medal is really good. There's no doubt about it. But she is my winner of the weekend, Ted, because she may have some of the best timing I've ever seen in sports. You graduate high school, like 2 months ago or whatever, May, I assume. She's 18 years old. You graduate high school. You go win gold in the all around in the Olympics. And she is now heading to college. She will be going to Auburn in the fall, where she will be able to make boatloads and boatloads of cash with the new name, image, and likeness rules.
It's amazing. It's
she's going to be rich, bro. Like, not like doing okay. She is going to be rich.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I mean, you think of even gymnasts at Oklahoma, like Maggie Nichols has a huge following, and she would have made a ton of money at OU during her time if the NIL was up and running at that point. But yeah, dude, win the gold in the all around, that's going to be worth some serious cash. You think about gymnastics and like swimming, some of these sports where they go to the Olympics whenever they're 17, 18, 19 years old, got a chance for a huge payoff.
As Auburn's gymnastics coach Jeff Graba said, thank goodness for NIL. That guy's going, yes. But it's just funny because everyone thought, and we just talked about Rattler, right? Probably made a lot of money off that signing. She's going to make a lot more money than Rattler. I mean, Rattler's probably only going to be 1 year.
It ain't close. I haven't looked at her Twitter, but it's all about your reach and like how many followers you have on Twitter. That's like the most important thing. Like it's about.
She has 1.2 million followers on Instagram.
There you go. I think Rattler has like 55, 60,000 on Twitter. That ain't even in the same stratosphere right there. So
Rattler 378,000 on Instagram. Yeah, he's got some work to do to catch old Suni Lee. And I was
that's
thinking
only
about
going to grow really quickly, but with her.
And I was thinking about like, okay, realistically, what type of money will she be able to bring in? And I realized like I couldn't even venture a guess. So I went and looked up Brian Harsin and Bruce Pearl's contracts. And Harsin makes 5.25 a year, 5.25 million a year, and Bruce Pearl makes 3.9 million a year. And I was like, is she going to get in that route? I was like, is she going to be one of the highest paid people on Auburn's campus? And I was like, I can't imagine. She's going to be one of the 4 or 5 highest paid people on that campus, I bet.
I think she'll make more than that. If you have like 1 million followers on a social media site, you get paid like $100,000 for a tweet. Just like whatever it is, you can. That's like if you can hit 1 million people instantly, like targeted that quick. That's how much that's worth, that direct marketing. So she'll make probably way more than that. I would think.
So awesome.
It's crazy, man.
Let's go,
It's
Suni
great.
Lee. Way to represent for the red, white, and blue. As you know, Ted, I'm all about watching America win in the Olympics. That's why I watch. Okay, for my loser of the weekend, I thought about going with all men, and this includes me, all men that were watching Olympic swimming with their significant others, because Caeleb Dressel, my goodness, that bod, those tats, that is one hunk of man meat. And I've never been someone that had trouble talking about how attractive I think a man is. And he would get out of the pool, and then he cried, and somehow he made that hot. I was like, what are we doing? I mean, Andy won 5 gold medals. I mean,
so
he's got
the fame.
This guy.
He's got all of that. He's got the looks, and then he's going to show his emotional side on national television as well. Well, that's the trifecta he just hit there.
Yeah. So if any guys listen to this and be like, dude, why are you talking about him like that? If you haven't seen the guy, straight smoke show of a man. Like, it's just deal with it. Get more comfortable with yourself, because that dude is straight up hot, Ted. And guess what? Guess what I did Sunday? I swam in the pool. I was like, you got to get right, man. Got to get like Dressel.
Got hit some laps, huh?
Well, we have a small pool, so I bought this like bungee cord thing that I can attach to the umbrella like pole in the back. We got like that one of those heavy umbrellas right in the back that doesn't get blown, and you can just like attach it, and it's like elevated a little bit, like 6 feet off the pool, because we have this like little ledge thing. I don't know, it's easier to describe, but it's just like, it's basically just a resistance cord, and I'm swimming in place.
Does it give you a little bit of lift since it's up above you, since it's coming down?
Yeah, well, that's the resistance. It's like pulling me, but I'm in the water good, dude. That stuff's exhausting, bro.
Yeah.
No wonder Caeleb Dressel looks so good. My God.
I was on the swim team in junior high, man.
And? Good?
Well, I was then, yeah. I have to go through, see if I can find some old Speedo pictures.
Yeah, now we're talking. Now the group of like the housewives of OKC that I was told that watch this on YouTube every once in a while together, they're going to want to see those.
Well, I was in junior high, so probably not.
Okay, good point. Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that one alone. All right. But, I also thought about, for my loser of the weekend, thought about going with Hideki Matsuyama, right? And he won the Masters this year. He's having a good year, people, but was only one back with 4 holes to play. Ended up not even medaling. Got knocked out on that first playoff hole, battling for the bronze with all those other guys. Putting let him down, Ted. But luckily, our man Xander Schauffele, representing the red, white, and blue. You talk about putting, dude. That dude was unconscious with the flat
course
stick.
Was awesome. I loved that course. It was beautiful. That was sweet. That was fun watching the shocking. Well, I guess it's not shocking, but the Olympic golf has been. I think that's been pretty cool to watch and to follow.
I think it's like my favorite thing I've watched so far.
It's pretty good.
Like, I really enjoyed it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm playing more golf, but I don't know. It was great. But my loser of the week, college football playoff expansion.
Eesh.
The 12-team CFP, because I think we were all expecting the CFP management committee to get the CFP board of managers to approve the format when they meet in September. And I always thought that once that got approved, that they'd be able to renegotiate the TV deal with ESPN, and they'd be able to make it work where the 12-team playoff was going to start in like 2023, kind of at the latest. That's kind of what I was thinking. Well, Ted, OU and Texas are going to the SEC, and all the fallout from that, it appears it has changed the timeline for the 12-team college football playoff. Now, I still think that is happening. I still think we're going to get that format. It just seems like it may take a little longer. The uncertainty of what will happen to the remaining 8 members of the Big 12 has people wondering what the format for the new version of the college football playoff should be. It's weird because it seems the most vocal person when it comes to delaying approval appears to be the new Pac-12 commissioner, George Kliavkoff, who basically said he thinks this all will delay expansion approval. And he said that they need to find a format that works for everyone based on more people's input. So we'll see where this all goes. But Greg Sankey's response to what Kliavkoff had to say was so funny to me. He basically was like, and he didn't say these exact words, but it's kind of how I interpret it. He was like, yeah, the new guy doesn't really know what he's talking about. I mean,
he doesn't understand the biz.
He does, yeah, he doesn't understand the biz. But he basically, I think he even said like, well, he hasn't called and like asked us about anything or like asked anyone. So yeah, but I also thought Sankey, he was like, yeah, I don't really care if it expands or not. The SEC's getting in, right? We were doing this for everyone else. And yeah, old George out there in the Pac-12, well, I don't know if he wants a team in or not, but I still think it's going to get done. But there's also some rumors now, because remember that deal's up in 2025, right? That initial TV deal now, with everything that happened, and Bob Bowlesby expressing so much disappointment at ESPN. There's some rumors now that the decision makers may just want to have the college football playoff TV rights hit free agency, is kind of the way it's been described. Let a bidding war break out for the college football playoff. And I've read some things that they even could take like an NFL playoffs approach where, hey, maybe Fox gets, the quarters, and maybe ESPN gets the semis, and maybe, a streaming service gets the final, like where they could break it up.
Like draft it, how they do everything else, be able to pick whatever games.
Yeah.
I think ultimately that would be the best. That's how you get the most money. Right?
That's how you would maximize the revenue that you would bring in. You let them bid against each other as opposed to just. Now we'll see, but I thought reading about that was pretty interesting, and I'm sure Bob Bowlesby's going, yeah, I know ESPN wants it, but maybe we should take it to the open market. I could see our man Bob wanting that to play out after his recent tiff with the worldwide leader.
Here's the thing. This is all posturing. Whenever you've got a chance to get 12 teams into the playoff, and you're all of these group of 5 conferences, Big 12 now, maybe without OU, who's the only person from the Big 12 that's made the playoff, Pac-12, who hasn't gotten anyone in, the last thing they're going to do is say, no, let's wait until 2025 to make more money. Let's wait until these deals run out. What's another 5 years? I mean, that's a long, long time in college football. Look what's happened over the last 6 months. Can you imagine the world we live in 5 years from now? So it's all posturing. It's all negotiation, throwing it out there into the public sphere, letting the SEC think about it, let ESPN think about it. They'll find a way to get to a 12-team playoff in 2023. There's too much money to be made.
Right.
There's too much money to be made. There's there's too many conferences and teams that stand to benefit to just say, nah, let the SEC continue to make all of the money by getting 2 teams in every year. No, that's not going to happen.
Do you think Sankey just calls Kliavkov and is like, okay, what do you want? Like, what's your format? He's like, well, I wanted it to be fair. I want to get it. Definitely want one of our teams in. He's like, okay, yeah. Well, I don't know if you know this, George, but you guys have missed it quite a few times. So if we expand it, then you'll probably get a team in. Maybe some years you'll get 2, and it'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, you're right. That sounds better.
Yeah.
Or, hey, your champion will automatically get in the new format, and if I do that for you, you gotta help me out, right? There's got to be some at-larges, and then all of a sudden he's convinced them to do a 12-team playoff.
Yeah. Here's what I would say if I was Sankey, I'll call it. Hey, George, just wanted to call and thank you for going to bat for us publicly like that. That was awesome, because I was worried that we're going to have to go to a 12-team playoff, get a bunch of different people involved, but we're going to be able to keep the monopoly on everything right now. 5 years, man, we're going to be able to drain everyone else in college football over the next 5 years. And whenever everyone goes to renegotiate after that, they won't have anything to stand on. Appreciate you, bud.
Click.
Yeah.
I wish when you hung up your iPhone, it made the click, like like if it was
that
an option.
Is an app idea.
Well, like back in the day, with the landline, like if you were mad, oh, what? No, blah, blah, blah. And like you're on the phone with someone and then you hit them with a click, and that's straight up disrespectful, right?
Yeah. And you can even jostle the phone on the plastic before you hang up.
So they know you're extra pissed.
Right.
You can do that
There
anymore,
should
man.
you could have an app where you've got your hang up options, like a super angry click or like a confused, if you're
I'm going into a tunnel, click.
Right. Yeah. Huh.
It probably exists. We're probably talking. There's probably literally 15 of those options in the App Store.